Hello, beautiful ladies, SGX and Spartan coach here, and beautiful coach Isabella. For those of you who don't know me, I am a beautiful company owner and founder, and I am coaching women using and utilizing tools such as fitness, such as nutrition, to help them change their lifestyle, because I know from my own experience, changing lifestyle, changing the relationship with food and fitness, it changes relationship with our bodies, with our confidence and self-esteem. So eventually my goal is to motivate, empower, and make my women be beautiful, badasses, and very fierce and happy in their own bodies and minds and spirits. So today we are recording a second sub-series of Thursdays with Beautiful video series, and we will be talking about body image as a part 2. Today I wanted to make it more personal, because I wanted to focus and share with you my little stories, or maybe huge stories, on my own self-image from my past and recent situations and stories as well. And again, for those of you who don't know me, yeah, I may look a badass woman. I am a confident, self-worthy, self-confident, knowing my worth and value woman. But I've been there too. So in order for me to show you that when you are reaching out to me, I know what you mean by saying some of those things, because I really know. And I wouldn't be giving you any advice and helping you out and pretending I am such a, great motivational coach dealing with self-image if I wouldn't be there, if I wouldn't experience it myself. So I would talk about this for a long time, but I want to emphasize 3 phases of my life, where the self-body image and self-love aspects were related and very emphasized and very shaky. First was in my teenager time. What I think I relate to many of you in that terms too, because that girl's mindset that time is so fragile, so sensitive to any aspects, to any judgment, to any comments, that I think I was there too, and it really messed me up for a real. So I come from Poland, where the society is really focused, and even now looking at some of the videos, fitness videos, is really focused on the woman being very slim. As you may relate, as you may know, a lot of Victoria Angels models, and not only those, are coming from Eastern European countries. We are messed up over there in terms of body image. Woman has to be slim, has to be anorexic slim. You are not meant to have excess of the fat and excess of the muscles. And I've been there. Whenever I grab something else than yogurt, low-fat yogurt, I was right away judged by my girls and girlfriends. And I was lucky because I didn't really have much messed up metabolism then. And I was eating very organic food, because my mom was cooking from really scratch. Everything. There was no boxes, nothing like that. We had our own meat, our own garden, veggies, fruits, and da. So for me, having a sandwich, or have a healthy sandwich made by my mom, or having fruit or having vegetable snack was okay, and I wasn't gaining. But as soon as I've been eating something like that, I was judged by my girlfriends to not eat because I will gain. And however, I need to emphasize the portion sizes were very small, because I still was afraid of gaining, right? Because every girl around me is anorexic. So, okay, eat that sandwich which mom prepared for you, but eat half of it. Bring the second half home and tell your mom you were busy because you had tests and da. So hopefully she will be okay with it, you not eating. So that was a huge obsession, which set my mindset for the rest of my life, or at least a part of it, in terms of food relationship and weight and my body. I was anorexic. I need to be anorexic because only then I will be liked by my girlfriends and only then I will be liked by boys, right? So I can date and I can have a boyfriend and he won't be ashamed of having a girl who is a little bit chubby. That was a messed up mindset already there. But I didn't know that there. And I was really obsessed of being as slim as possible, So then I moved on into my little early adult life, right? College, and then getting boyfriend and eventually marrying. You know what? I think that was actually the worst part of my journey on becoming self-confident, because that anorexic girl married, and the wedding dress I had hard time to sell it because it was so tiny. That there was no woman out there recently being able to fit in it, including my sisters. So imagine how tiny I was. Guess what? All I could hear from my husband was that I am fat, that I have a huge butt, that I have a huge boobs, that I have frizzy hair, and I should do something with it. And all our intimate interactions were in the darkroom because he didn't want to look at me and I didn't want to look at myself, right? Because I'm so fat. Yes, this is really a little bit private sharing here, but women and ladies and girls out there, you know what? This is the most messed up part and the most messed up situation in it. And I didn't know that for a while until I started recognizing it. How someone who is totally insecure can tell you that you look this or that or that. And even if I do, then what? If you don't like me, you know what? That's okay. Go. Leave me. I am so valuable and so confident that I don't need any permission to feel the way I feel, and I don't need any validation from you because I know my value, right? But it wasn't that easy. It messed up myself to the point that I totally didn't like myself. I totally didn't like how I look, and I eventually ended up being clinically diagnosed depressive and suicidal because of this lack of self-image, self-love, and lack of validation from the person I was living with and I was married to. And it took me a long time, around a year and a half, to overcome that problems, to decide to seek the help and work on it. And it was a long journey to decide to change the life, to live the life I was living in, and still keep working on it. Once you live that life, the things don't change overnight. You still need to keep working on it, especially those negative thoughts which you've heard from so many people over so many years are creeping in your mindset for so long that it's really hard to get rid of them just right away. So the another phase was my obsession with fitness. I think that was a part of me feeling a little better, but still having issues with body image, when I basically deepened myself and totally embraced myself in the fitness. I got into such an obsession. Of course, I competed as a bodybuilder figure girl, and I loved my body then. I loved how I felt, and I loved the way I looked. I got into a couple of or few health problems, but heck with that, right? I look awesome. And that was the obsession to the point that gaining 1-2 pounds or 1-2% of body fat was called being fat. That was a recognized moment for me where I realized that this is not healthy either. Okay, I've been there, unhealthy, then I've been called fat, and now I'm calling myself fat, right? Even though I look awesome, and so many people, so many women looking at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to look like you. But me, I felt fat. And I've hated myself for gaining 1% of body fat and now cutting all this food and getting again obsessive, where my health started being compromised to the extreme point where I ended up having heart attack, I ended up having cervical cancer. All those things were a result of me being obsessed over 1 pound of body weight. And that wasn't healthy either, at all, right? So I've been there. I've been in every different phases of that obsession, either society-induced or the partner spouse induced or my own induced, right? My own obsession. And leading to many different disorders, anorexia, bulimia in teens, depression and suicidal trials in my marriage, or obsessive eating disorders. And again, going back to anorexic, maybe bulimic thoughts and behaviors. None of those are healthy. And all of those are leading us women to hate ourselves. And so how I worked on it, I'm going to talk in the next video what are the tasks and tools I took in order to overcome those 3 phases. Those are major 3 phases: overcome and talk to myself, to not listen to either of those women from the past, how I feel right now, and how I created a little healthier relationship with my food and with my body, how I'm still working on it, and what are the tools and tasks you could apply in your life. But I want to tell you that it is a hard work, but it's such a rewarding work when you can stand in front of your partner and say thank you when he's telling you you are beautiful, because you know you are. And even if you don't, that moment, or maybe you have a bad day and you feel not really beautiful this day, having a reminder from the person, someone like your spouse, your girlfriend, your friends, it is really very powerful and important to have. And so for you, just finishing up and wrapping up, I just want to emphasize that as your coach and as beYOUtiful coach, I know what self-image, self-love, and struggle with body weight, with disordered eating and food disorder or eating disorders and bad relationship with food and yourself is. I know. And when you are reaching out to me, believe me, I know how to relate to you. And I hope I will know how to help you too. So with that, I wish you a great Thursday, and I hope you enjoyed your day. And I am so looking forward to hear from you. Either reach out with me via email provided down below, or reach out to me via social media. And I would like to hear from you every Thursday and every Tuesday when we are reaching out and when we are talking about self-image. That would be really amazing to see what are your tasks, what are your tools, what you do, what are your practices, or what are your feelings and how you feel. Because I really think that this part of ourselves is very important, self-love, in order to be confident and loving to others later on. So with this, have a great day, beautiful ladies out there, and I see you next Thursday, and I hope to hear from you over social media. Thank you so much, and have a great magical day. Bye.